Hello and welcome to all of the participants. My name is Elena Evtiva, and today I'm going to hold a webinar for you, as well as my colleague Ekaterina Popova. We're just going to wait for a couple of minutes before we start the presentation. The plan for today is to tell you about the opportunities of the exchange programs and to let you know what documents you need and the financial support opportunities. And then at the end of this webinar, we will ask all of your questions. You may try and type something in the chat box to see if it works for you. Let me know if you see and hear me okay. You can say hi.
Hello.
Hello. Great. Okay. Let me know if you have already started the process for application, if you decided what universities you want to apply to.
Yes, I did. And can I ask you a question? Is it possible to apply because I have IELTS exam which expired in the November, but my current master degree is in English. Is it possible to apply without any other certificates?
Okay, that is a great question. Can I just ask you to type that in the chat box, or just keep a hold of it until the end? Yeah, because right now the plan is that we're going to do the presentation first, and then I will ask. I'm sorry, I will answer your question.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I suppose we may start. I'm going to share my screen with you. Let's see. Okay, guys. If you can see my screen, let me know. You may write something in the chat box or show some emoji so that I understand that everything's okay. Okay, perfect. All right, so what you can see here, this is our website of the Graduate School of Business. As you are well aware, in HSE University, there are more than just one opportunity to apply for different programs, different exchange programs. Today, I'm going to show you in details what opportunities you have. So the first one is our international office invites you to participate in the exchange programs with the agreements under partner university and our faculty. So to find our website, you will need to go to international relations page from here. When you are on this page, you can see that this page belongs to our International Office of Graduate School of Business. And at the moment, we have opened the call for applications for an exchange program and for double degree program as well. So an exchange program is basically when a student goes to study at the partner university for 1 semester. It is about 5 to 6 months, and afterwards his courses are being transferred when he comes back to HSE, and he receives a transcript where he has all of his credits and grades and courses, and then when he graduates HSE University, these courses are also listed in his diploma. When we are talking about double degree programs, this is a little bit of a different story. When a student studies for 1 year in the partner university, but before that he must complete his studies here at HSE, and only master students can do that. Also, the third option is to participate in the exchange programs with wide university agreements, which basically means that these agreements were concluded between Higher School of Economics, all of the faculties, or almost all of the faculties, and the partner universities. And you may go on a different website that is going to be studyabroad.hsc.ru. And on this page, you may find additional information. The process is pretty much the same. The requirements and the documents, they're similar, which is why I'm not going to talk about this, but I will highlight opportunities at the Graduate School of Business in this webinar. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly show you how to find the catalog. So from our start page, you may go to Exchange Programs. When you click on that, you will see different countries and universities. We have in general around 26 partners at the moment. And of course, we're going to expand the amount of partners, but as of today, you may apply to partner universities in Europe, Asia, and North America. What you need to do, the first thing, you may consider 3 universities overall, so you may apply to 3 partner universities. When you look for the right university for you, you may see that on the card we write down the field, the level, the spots, and the language requirements. For you, it means that you need to check whether you're eligible, and how you may do that. Check the program. So if, for example, it says GSB, well, let's take 2 examples here. University of Applied Sciences BFI Vienna and University of Applied Science Technicum Wien. So in the first case, you see GSB, or the former Faculty of Business and Management, and that means that students from all of the programs may apply. But in the second case, it says Business Informatics, which means that this university is specifically offered for students of this program. When we talk about the level, that means you need to check whether the university offers programs for bachelor or master students. The spots, that means how many students this university may receive in this particular semester. So these numbers may change by the full semester of 2021. Then the language, you need to check whether you have the required level. So if it says B2, it means no less than B2. If you see that some universities offer programs in a native language of their country, for example, German or Spanish or French, if you are willing to study in that language and you have the proof of proficiency, you may apply for that program and study in a different language. That's no problem at all. And then when you click on a particular university, it will expand, and that's where you can get all of the necessary links. So basically, there is a link for your website. There's information regarding academic calendar. So in some universities, the dates of the start and the end of the semester are different. So some partners begin, for example, their semester in January up until June, July, and some universities have a shorter semester. So you will need to check on that as well. Then one of the most important things that you will need to consider is the courses. We have received a lot of questions on how to match and find the courses at the partner university. So I wanted to show you one thing here. When you go on your main page of the Graduate School of Business, you may find your program here. Let's take, for example, this one, Marketing and Marketing Analytics. So before I show you how to match the courses, you need to understand one thing, that we need you to provide an individual study plan. For this call, you may do it later, not when you are applying, but after you have been nominated. But still, you will need to make sure that the courses that you want to study at the partner university will match with the ones at HSE. And each individual study plan is a document where you write down the courses and you find the similar courses at the partner university. You also write down the credits that you will receive for each of the course, and you may also put links in that document so that your educational office or your study office will be able to find the courses and approve that. So again, we're going to check how to do that procedure. You go on the page of your program. This is just an example, so it may be any program here. We go to the degree program documents, and then you find the degree program curriculum. Then you need to choose the year when you have been enrolled. Let's say, for example, that was 2019, and currently you are a second-year student, for example. So then you will need to download a file, and basically that's where you will see all of the courses. You will see whether you're gonna have that course in the fall semester or in the spring semester. You will see the ECTS credits and all of that. When you have that information, then you may start looking for the courses at the partner university. And then let's go back to our page. Just a second. Well, let's say, for example, I'm going to check University of Antwerp, and I go to the link for the courses. So now I check the academic calendar. Some courses may offer you the academic calendar of 2019-2020. That's absolutely okay, because in the most of the universities, they don't change the curriculum and they don't change the list of the courses, which is why it is absolutely fine that if you see those dates, you don't have to worry. That doesn't mean that our information is not updated, but yeah, it is much better, of course, to choose the current year if you have that opportunity. All right, and here you will need to make sure that the first thing, the names of the courses match. There might be slight differences, of course, but the second and most important thing is the course syllabus. So if you click on a course, most of the partners add information regarding the prerequisites, the learning outcomes, the course contents, and that's basically a guide for you how to look for the most suitable courses in general. When you are done with that, that will provide you with the understanding of which universities are good for you, which is a perfect fit, and then you may decide what is your first priority, what is your second priority, and what is your third priority. Like I said, altogether you may apply for 3 universities. Okay. The next thing that a lot of our students ask, how do you decide on accommodation, visa, health insurance, and all of these things? We have also put the links here on every single card. So some of the universities offer accommodation options in the dormitories, and that is on the first come, first served basis. So as soon as you know that you were a successful applicant and the university sent you the so-called letter of acceptance, it is basically a confirmation that now you are a student and you are more than welcome to come and study for that program. Afterwards, you may decide on the visa, on the health insurance, and the accommodation options. For now, this is not the most important thing, but of course, we ask you to take a look at that as well. And the document where you could find additional information is called fact sheet. So almost every university has that, and when you click, you see that they provide you with the coordinators' names and their email address. Again, if you have some specific queries and you want to know the details, maybe are they providing students with accommodation? Is there a student body? I don't know how much money you would spend or things like that. Some of these queries may be addressed to the partner university apart from our international office. So you may contact them and ask them as well. All right, let's go back. We've got the promotional videos here. Sometimes we publish the feedback from our students that have already traveled. If you want to talk with the students who have already been on exchange program, you may email us and ask for the specific university, and then we will be able to provide you with the contacts. So it's absolutely fine. And basically that is called the research for you guys. And when you have decided the 3 universities that you're going to apply to, then you will need to prepare all of your documents. The deadline for the submission is 27th of September for the exchange programs. For the simple exchange programs, the deadline is 27th of September. As for the documents, you go to another page. It is prospective students. And when I click on that, I'm just going to skip the first part because it is not relevant. We go to step 3, prepare your package of documents. There are 6 documents altogether, and what we ask you to do is to fill in the request This is a document that you will need to approve in your study office because we need to see that your current rankings are up to date. If you have just enrolled at HSE and your current ranking is 0, you may still participate in the exchange program, but of course the students who already have got their rankings will be considered as the as the first students. Going back, another document that you will need is the proof of English proficiency. There are a few options for you. One option is to provide us with the official certificates. That might be IELTS, that might be TOEFL, that might be FCE, CAE, CPE, or other Cambridge exam certificates. If you have previously passed the independent English exam at HSE in the IELTS-based format, that is fine. You may go to your study office and ask them for the certificate of that exam so that we see what result you have got. If you don't have any of those, you may choose an option to sign a Europass document. That is the document that states your level in all of the 4 skills, and in that case you need to go to the university professor. It is best if this professor has taught an English course with you and knows you, but of course you need to understand that those students who have international certificates will definitely benefit from it. And I'm just going to show you what it looks like, the Europass certificate. In the field that is highlighted yellow, that is the field that needs to be completed by the professor. And in this place here, he needs to write his name and sign and date the document. If you provide the Europass, you need to remember that you will be asked to have an interview with the committee. Basically, that is a 10-15 minute interview where we're going to ask you about your motivation or just talk about some general topics to see that the information established in this document is correct. You don't have to be scared of that interview. It is not a formal procedure. It is just for the committee to make sure that you will be able to be in a different country. You will be able to understand the lectures and feel comfortable. So you don't have to worry about that too much. All right. Then the third document is a motivation letter. We normally ask you to write this as a one-page long motivation letter, so approximately 500 words. Obviously, it means that you may write a little bit less or just a little bit more. It is not a strict requirement. And a lot of you ask us how exactly you should do that. Is there a template or something? No, there is no template for this. It is up to every student how they express their motivation to study, but I will just maybe give you a general idea of how to structure it. We recommend you to start by establishing your background, where you're coming from, why you're studying at this specific program at HSE, And the body part must contain the expression of why exactly you want to go abroad, why to this particular country, why to this particular university and to this program. What are you going to get for yourself if you go there, and how the university will benefit if they enroll you as a student. So that is pretty much what you're going to include, and like I said, it's up to every student how you're going to write it. So you may have 3 separate letters for each university, or you may write just one motivation letter and apply for all of 3 universities. It's up to you, but our recommendation is to write 3 separate letters, because if you're being more detailed, if you're putting in your letter that you're applying to this particular program, you just might have more chance of being noticed by the committee. I guess that's it with the motivation letter. If you have more questions, you can put them in the chat box. We will get back to that later. As for the recommendation letter, it must be written in English. The professor or the academic supervisor may provide you with a document. Normally, they already know that during this time we are having a call for exchange programs. So if you just come along and say and ask for that recommendation and say that you're going to exchange program, they will understand. Normally, they put a reference for you as your characteristic. So in like how long they've known the student, in what projects the student was participating, how they see you as a candidate, are they recommending you for this exchange program or not? So it's very general. And again, there is no template here. So the professors normally have their own templates because they've been asked for this many times before. If you have just enrolled at HSE and you don't know yet anyone, well, I highly doubt that, but still, if you wasn't able to find anyone to ask to write that letter, you may ask someone from your previous education program. For example, if you're a master's student, you may ask someone from your bachelor's program, but of course it is much more preferable if this is going from HSE. Okay. Then you need to fill in the template of your resume. So we've got the template here. I don't think I'm going to show you how to fill it in because this is very simple and general. And you just put there your education background, your work experience if you had any, maybe you have done an internship, so you may put it there. Maybe you have participated in some competitions or won an award or something, so you may also attach the certificate for that or something. So anything that's your background basically goes in that CV. And the last document here is the estimate of expenses. I'm going to open this for you. This is the document where you put the costs, the approximate costs of your expenses when going abroad. So we've got here the language proficiency certification, the medical insurance, travel expenses, mandatory fees, that is, if the university asks you for an administration fee, then you put it here, visa expenses, and any other expenses. So basically, some of you are not sure where to get information for that. So we have the website that is called Numbeo. This is a very good tool for you to find the cost for almost every city. So let's say, for example, you want to go to Paris, and this is an automatic calculation of the costs, which you have to study and, well, just see for yourself how much you're going to spend when you're abroad. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Okay, let's just sum it up. When you're applying, you will need a request. That is one document for all of the 3 partner universities. Proof of English proficiency, 1 document. Motivation letter, it may be 1 document or 3 documents. Recommendation letter, 1 document or more. So you might ask maybe different professors. It's up to you. CV, 1 document. An estimate of expenses must be separate for every single university, because they, if that's in different countries, you will have different estimations. Okay. And when you're done, when you have prepared everything, then you may apply. There are 2 ways how you can do that. You may be on this page and just click on the link here. And then you will see the form, which you will need to complete and submit. Or you may see it's on the top of our website, apply for GSB Exchange Program, and click here, so you will see the same form. You don't have to bring the originals of the documents to us. We don't do that in paper. So you're only applying online, and that's it. You don't bring the documents to us in person. Okay. When you are done with that, so let's say it's 27th of September, we have finished with all of the applications. Next day, we start selecting the candidates, and basically the process goes for around 3 weeks. So in that amount of time, you will receive an email from us. We will tell you whether your application was successful or not. If it wasn't successful, and you don't have to worry about that too much, because after we are finished with that call, we will start another one. It is going to be so-called second call, second wave, where we will show you what universities are still open. Maybe some students haven't applied to those universities, or maybe we have extended the quota or something, so you will still have a chance to participate in an exchange. So don't be too frustrated if the application wasn't successful for the first time. Apart from that, if you applied and then you realize that you want to participate with a different university, unfortunately, we may not change that, because when we see your applications, that is already in our system. So please do your research and be careful, because we may not alter your documents after we close our online platform. And when this process is done, you may consider applying for our scholarships. So I'm going to show you where to find information on that. It is here in the scholarships field. So there is a difference between the funding at HSE. I specifically talk about the scholarships for the students of the Graduate School of Business. So when you applied and you have received an email from us that you are going to be nominated, which means that you were accepted. So afterwards, we will open the call for the scholarships. Altogether, the funding gives scholarships of amount of 150,000 rubles and 170,000 rubles. That depends on the country. The more expensive the country, the more amount of the scholarship. So you may see that in the table here that some of the countries have the higher amount of a scholarship. The process for applying is pretty similar, but you don't have to give as much documents as before. You will need to show us the screenshot from LMS with your rankings, because the academic achievement is very important. And then write an essay. You may write that either in Russian or in English, that's up to you. The confirmation of scientific achievements, that's if you have any publications, for example, or if you were participating in the academy, or anything, any confirmations here pretty much. Evidence of an active role in the life of the faculty. That is, for example, if you were participating in a project group, there are student projects groups here, or you were maybe preparing an event, or, well, anything pretty much. So when you have got these 4 documents, we will open the link that is going to be an online platform where, again, you complete your data and you attach a PDF file, and then you submit your application, and then the committee will consider and let you know regarding the decision. All of the other funding opportunities are listed below. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but you may give it a read. And if you're not sure how to apply, you may ask us and send us an email. And I suppose a few more things that I wanted to mention is when we go back to the catalog, you see that, for example, with Rotterdam University, there is a note that says Erasmus Plus. So that is when we have an agreement, a specific agreement with that university, and the university will fund your exchange program, and the amount of that scholarship it differs from one university to another, but in general that is around 4,000 to 5,000 euros. It is the expenses for your travel tickets, for your accommodation, and there is a small amount for every month that you're going to spend at this university that they will cover. In order to get an Erasmus Plus, you just need to apply, and then we will see the list of the applicants, and the applicant with the highest academic achievements will receive an Erasmus Plus grant. Okay, I suppose a few more things to mention here. If you want to read more about students who have already participated, you may go to the page of students' feedback. There is going to be a map, and on that map you will see where the universities are located around the world. Some of our students have left the written review, so you may take a look, and if you're interested, want to know more, again, you may contact us, and we will put you up with those students so that you could talk to them and read, talk more about their experiences and whether they liked their exchange program. All right, well, I guess that's it with the exchange programs. If you would like to apply for double degree programs, you may go to this website. You may see that for the specific programs, there are 2 universities that we offer. So please make sure that your program is listed here. If you're a student from HR Analytics, Marketing, Business Development Strategies, International Management, so you're eligible to apply. There are 2 universities here. It's Lancaster in the United Kingdom and ESCP Business School. And both of them have additional information here. So like I said, a double degree program is a little bit different. So you're studying the first year here at HSE and your second year at the partner university abroad. This semester dates are a little bit different, but altogether that's a complete full year. So at Lancaster, you may see that all of the information is here. There is a slight difference in the documents, and there is a specific study program already designed, so you don't have to worry about the courses or matching the courses and things like that. And one thing that I forgot to mention before, when you go an exchange program, you don't have to pay the tuition fees at the partner university. So you're only paying for other expenses such as flight tickets, accommodation, visa, and other stuff. And with double degree programs, it's a different system. For example, at Lancaster, you need to take a look at the fees, the tuition fees. They provide our students with a discount. However, you need to consider that as well, the financial side of this. As for the ESCP, we have just agreed with our partners to waive the tuition fees. So at ESCP, you don't have to pay. But like I said before, there are some specific details here. So you will need to, you will be enrolled as a master student. So you will need to pay administrative fees. And for example, at ESCP, that will be €850 and €890. But there are no tuition fees, like I said. You may also see the information regarding the scholarships and things like that. And when you're applying with the list of documents, you will be asked to have an interview with the partner. And afterwards, this is the partner university who decides whether you're going to be accepted or not. So if you are interested in those programs and you want to have maybe more information about this, as we just don't have much time to talk about it during the webinar, you can always book a meeting with us or email us and we will answer your questions. To apply for the dual degree program, you may use this link on the top. This is the second link here, and you'll also have the form that you will need to complete and submit. So the deadline here is 20th of October, so it's a little bit later. You have more time, and as for the Lancaster University, you may apply up until 1st of February, but we still ask you to do it as soon as possible so that we have an idea how many students we have. Okay, well, I suppose for now, that's pretty much all of the basic information. And now just to give you an idea of how to reach us. So like I said before, you can book an online meeting here. Just choose the date on the calendar and we will see you in Zoom. That is our phone numbers here, our email addresses here on the left side of the page. Now we are also available for you in WhatsApp and Telegram, so you may text us. This is the number you may find us at. And I guess for now we are done with the presentation part, and my colleague will answer your questions. So please, Ekaterina.
Okay. Hello guys, thank you for joining in. So we've got several questions here. Just a second. Okay, so the first question was if it's possible to apply to Chennai University for the first year, on the first year of Master Logistics and Supply Chain Management. Just let me check it real quick. I believe yes, our students from master programs have successfully got into Chennai University. I'm just not sure they're going to be enough courses for the logistics actually. So the best idea is to go and see if they actually offer any courses in the spring semester on the master level for the logistics and supply chain management or something similar, so that you actually have something to study there. So like technically it's possible, but it's better to just go and double check if they actually offer any courses. The next question is, if we enroll to dual degree programs, does that mean we study 1 extra year? So for master's 2 years, dual degree will make it 3 years. No, actually not. So the dual degree program actually means that for the first year of your studies, you're going to spend it here at HSU University. And for the second one, you're going to go to the partner university. This is how it traditionally works for some programs with business informatics, I believe. The system is slightly different. So students, with some universities, students can go for the dual degree program starting the second semester of their studies. So they're going to spend first year at HSU University, then a year at a partner university, and then get back for the last semester to HSU University. I actually saw another question regarding dual degree programs for business informatics. So I'm just going to answer it right now. So basically, as probably most of you know, the Graduate School of Business is still going through some transformation. So for the business informatics programs, for the dual degree programs, Mr. Mikhail Komarov coordinates the dual degree program. So he is going to be your best contact person regarding anything on dual degree programs in business informatics. So yeah, that's basically why we only have the information on the 2 universities on the 2 dual degree programs, because it's still slightly complicated on our side. sorry for that. The next question is, what should we write in the certificate diploma field in Europass if we don't have any certificates? You can just skip this section, actually, just leave it blank. Don't have to write anything on that. When should first-year master students apply? I'm not sure what the question is about, actually. If it's regarding exchange programs, then you can apply for a spring semester. But if you actually want to get better chances for enrollment to any of the partner universities for the exchange program, I think it might be better to actually apply for the fall semester of the next academic year, when you already have your grades, you have your GPA, and you actually can compete with other students having that information also. So it's easier for the committee to decide which students are not more eligible, but have more chances, let's say, to be accepted to the partner institution. Is it possible to have scholarships for double degree if non-budget student? Well, we still actually don't have the information on whether we're going to have scholarships, GSB scholarships for dual degree programs. Last semester, when we only launched scholarships for GSB students, we offered them only for exchange programs. So I'm not sure if it's going to change for the dual degree programs as well. So if it does, then yes, it doesn't matter if you study on a non-budget or a budget base, you will be able to apply for the scholarship if they're going to be offered. Is it possible to apply for studying on the last semester? If you're a master's student, then probably you will be able, most definitely, I think you will be able to go on exchange during your last semester. It's just the question of thorough planning of your exchange, of how you're going to prepare your master thesis, and how you're going to complete your internship. If you're bachelor students, that might be slightly more complicated and harder to arrange. So for now, bachelor students usually don't go during their last semester at HEC. So yeah, if you're a master student, then the answer is probably yes. If you're a bachelor student, then the answer is probably no. If I apply this semester, can I apply again next semester? Yes, absolutely. And it doesn't really matter if you apply this semester and go on exchange next semester and then reapply again. Anyway, you can apply this semester, next semester, no matter if you're going on exchange in spring. If we don't have any more questions, I think we can wrap up.
You may also unmute your mic and ask us in person. That's absolutely fine. So if you have any questions, please feel free.
Okay, I guess that means no. So we can finish the presentation, and thank you once again for joining in. We also have VK group, so you can join that one as well and follow us. All the updates, all of the announcements are posted there, and also some other information, like when we have a new partnership, when we receive a new essay from one of our students with their reflections on how they spend their semester abroad. So that might be quite interesting. So join that one as well. And thank you.
Okay, guys, that's it for now. We will send you the link for the recorded webinar. Perhaps, I suppose we could do that tomorrow. So don't worry that you have missed anything. There will be a recording of the webinar. And thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you had answers for your questions, and we would like to wish you a good rest of the day, and we will be more than happy to see you and reach out. So